Guys, come in. Welcome, welcome. This is a new channel specifically for Beatbox and Loopstation. That's why I don't have that many followers, because I'm moving everything from the music channel to this one. So make sure you subscribe. This thing's about to blow up. All right. So we have Mokbay from Japan versus Tioneb from France. Full battle, quarterfinal 3, SBX, KBB25, Boss Loopstation edition. Let's go. I've reacted to everything else. You can find it here. And I think out of all the battles, this is probably the most difficult to decipher, because Tioneb, I know from, the ancient battles back in the day as an OG looper, and I know his style. Mokbay, I don't know too much about him. He's sort of new in my head. And seeing them together, it's very difficult to try to guess who would win. But just for fun, as as a guessing thing, I would say Tioneb could win, just based on his experience, and he has so much control over the loop station. But could go either way, I feel like. So let's tune in here for the entire battle. Been waiting for this the whole week. I'm reacting to all the single video battles. So that's what we have. Do I have anything else to say to you guys? No, not really. Write down your comments below. Subscribe. Grab some popcorn. Fill up your water. Put your headphones on. Let's begin.
Welcome to the third quarterfinal of the SBX KickbackBattle 2025 Boss Loopstation Edition Season 2. Today we have Mokbay versus Tioneb. First up is Mokbay with 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. I say the 3 and I say the 2 and the 1. In 3, 2, 1, Beatbox.
Okay, Tioneb, let's make a great battle.
A lot of ambience. Is he singing in Latin?
time.
That's one of the best rounds that I have heard in this kickback battle because of the sound design. It's really interesting. There were moments of surprise. The Latin is like a Latin prayer in there. I saw the word misericordia, which means mercy, and something about life, and who knows. But this was all about the ambience and just being in a higher state of mind. I don't know, something like that. It felt like a spiritual awakening. I also enjoy the fact that he went somewhere else. Finally, like, a cool place for filming. Where was, guys, remember the first kickback battle? That was legendary. I'm surprised more people haven't done that, and I know it's difficult, but it makes it so much more entertaining. And by the way, that place where he recorded, I think that's where Gyro has recorded some of their music videos. John T did one there recently, I believe. It looks like a similar place, but I'm not sure. Either way, this is a great way to start off. Very nice, very nice. Okay.
Round 2, Tioneb. Switch.
Hey Mokbay, very good round. But I'm on vacation. It's summertime, so I'm gonna go with something a bit more exotic.
Yeah, changing up the vibes. Some silent recording going on here. Absolutely fair.
Para crear una cancioncita no necesitas mucho. Una clave y un bajo. Añadir un poquito de salsa. Y un ritmo endemoniado. Siestas no, fiestas no. Prefiero romper cabezas. Dream all later around, let me show you the rest. Get knocked in the first at the end of the quest. Come on, siestas no, fiestas no. Lo mío, romper cabezas. Come to close and go back home with stitches. Cause I don't do jumps, I do fucking switches like this. I'm past your passive-aggressive agenda and I switch like this. Cast your spare, spill your slender, let me switch like this. Foot flat down and my beamer is too late to bend down or surrender. You a fly, smashed on my fender, and I switch like this, like pretend to be offended, I'll be the offender. I did through your skin like a fruit in my blender. Flipping the script, I'll let you know with the shells. I'll make you pay, make you sweat, make you question the render. You thought I was gonna let a bud like you fly off my net. I'm a big black widow when you ask for dinner. Pop your chest out, nod your head while you dancing on the thread. But the silk is stickier than you think, sir. Come on, siestas no, fiestas no. Lo mío, romper cabezas. Dream all later around, let me show you the rest. Get knocked in the first at the end of your quest. Come on, siestas no, fiestas no. El mío, romper cabezas. Come to close and go back home with stitches. Cause I don't do jumps, I do fucking switches like this. Can't you mind your own business instead of trashing what I've done? I'm gonna expose your weakness. If you don't leave me to fuck alone, I'ma switch like this.
And that's time.
Only one flaw in there, and that was leaving some time on the clock. Tioneb is exploding. Wow. He literally came back out of retirement to show us how great he is. Man, I really hope the new generation of beatboxers, of loopers, like enjoy and respect what he's doing, because Man, I mean, like, compared to Mokbay, I think his style seems more, more digital, more advanced, like, right? More modern. But Tioneb has his heart and soul in the game, and that is big. That's really important. The salsa, the Spanish singing, the callouts, the battle aspect, the drops, the switch ups, the vibe. Poof. I don't know how. Literally, like, erased Mokbay's first track for me. Tioneb is up right now, solidly. Wow, what a revelation. Good for him, man. All right, we have ourselves a battle.
Round 3, Mokbay, switch!
Bro, summer vacation, same room, same angle. I'll show you my summer vacation.
Okay. What the fuck? He's going dark.
And that's time.
Very hard hitting round. I was not expecting that from him. I think he was singing in Spanish as well. It was hard to understand. I wish the vocals would be a little bit clearer. If he had a stronger singing voice, I think this would be like so much more potent, right? Because the use of autotune here, to me, it's like, it just brings it down, because it's so many people can do the same vocals with the autotune. And again, somebody like Tioneb, who can, you know, really sing and even rap and do all these crazy things, then you notice it even more, right? But I think he stood his ground. He's putting up a fight, and he came out with a very interesting, almost like a reggae Afro beats type of track. It was really a vibe. There was a lot of textures in there, very loud, you know, crackling sounds, kind of crunchy, kind of hard. I did see maybe some issues with the sound mixings, like the volume would go up, then it would go lower randomly, like you could notice it. But aside from that, I think this was a very strong round. The fact that he was, you know, outside, he did his thing. Okay, a little bit of a back and forth. Nice. All right, let's go back to Tioneb and see. But that's the thing. You can't fight water with fire. That's why Tioneb, he's really difficult to battle. I think the same with Robin, somebody like that it's like, even if you have like the hardest hitting round, is that enough? Like they sort of deflected in a way, you know what I'm saying? But either way, let's see how this battle ends up.
Round 4, Tioneb. Switch.
Hey, Mokbay. So you spend your vacations on the bridge. That's an interesting choice. Anyways, let's proceed to round 2, shall we?
Okay, changing the color. Now we have the kickback color. Classic Tioneb.
Weakness is defined by lack of action, by the quietness of one's voice.
Unexpected. All right, quick thoughts here before the judges. Tioneb's second round, I think a little bit weaker than his first one. I got more of an from the first one, but still, man, I admire the fact that he's so consistent. You just know it's him every time he loops. Whereas compared to Mokbay, I think there's a huge difference from his first track to his second track, right? The second round. And I do enjoy versatility, for sure. I mean, I personally, I like to react to all types of music all over the world. I like to hear it. But at the same time, you want to know somebody like that has a strong identity, right? You rely on them to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to this person because this is how they sing, this is how they do it. So Tioneb, he just has it down. Like I said, the experience, all the years, and you could see it how naturally good he is at looping. You know, Mokbay could be technically proficient, but Tioneb just comes in there and he could be improvising for all we know. And he just makes it seem so fluid, so great. And I think a big part of his success, his voice is huge. Of course, you know, I enjoy musical loopers, all types of singers, and that to me makes a huge difference. It's already above. I mean, imagine Tioneb's tracks without the vocals, like no vocals, just sort of ambience, a little bit like Mokbay's first round. That would just take it down a lot. His voice is very powerful. It's in your face. You could see it. That has a psychological effect when you see him like with the mic, you know, his neck and everything. It's like, wow. You're just like, man, this is good. This is awesome. You feel the singer. That's why singers are very successful in talent shows and whatever they do, because you feel that connection. Man, okay. The Tioneb with the was like a drum and bass kind of track here, and always delivering messages and like more in depth, a bit. Sometimes it's like surreal what he's describing, but for the most part, I think the fact that he also puts a lot of effort into his lyrics, that is big for me, because of course it takes more time, more brainstorming and stuff like that to come up with a long bit of, you know, lyrics for the track as opposed to just like a chorus or a short thing. So in this battle, who is my winner? Tioneb. I think Tioneb took it hands down, because we can see his level. Mokbay, however, I think he really put up a fight. He surprised me with his second round. I think that really, like, he leveled up with that one, and he definitely has a lot of potential. You could see, you know, he has very interesting sound designs, the way he comes up with his tracks and stuff like that, the textures, the different sounds. So it would not be surprising if, you know, we see him, you know, next year at GBB or in all these events, and he levels up. I think he's going to be big in the future. But for this one, Tioneb took it, and what the heck, I think Tioneb might win the kickback. We're gonna, you know, gotta stay tuned and see what happens. But now for the judges' thoughts.
Wow.
Also, just want to say this was the best battle so far for me.
Wow. Those two guys are just part of the best loopers in the world. They're just good. The quality of this battle is insanely good from both of them. Tioneb is a great singer, always in tune, with a lot of emotions on his voice. Believe me, singing is something very hard, and this is why some people use the autotune. I love both rounds of Tioneb. It's incredible all he does with the RC202. I am so impressed. The only thing I miss is EQ on his drums. I would love a big kick sound and an impactful snare. I think this will add so much. Congrats, Tioneb, you're so good. But Mokbay. What can we do? This guy is a genius. All he does is innovating. This is so well mixed, full of surprises. He has the best well-worked transitions in the world, and basically it was just so beautiful. So you understood I will vote for Mokbay. I feel like it was
I did not expect that at all. Especially since he complimented Tioneb on the singing, and Robin himself was I thought if anyone was gonna vote for Tioneb is Robin, and definitely Biscuit. You could see it in his face. But man, all these is this scripted? I'm really surprised.
Better, and I loved everything he did. Okay, only one thing, I'm still not a big fan of his singing with the autotune. I always feel like it will sound better without, but it's just a personal taste. I have so much respect for both of you guys. This battle is exactly why I love Loopstation. Only one can pass and I give my voice to Mokbay, but thank you so much guys, I loved it.
And
okay,
not expecting that.
Tioneb, you could not get more opposite sides of the looping spectrum here. It is honestly insane what these guys are doing in their respective fields with the Mark II and with the 202. Mokbay kicking off with an insane drum and bass piece. It sounds produced. Everything this guy does sounds like it's produced, and it's simply mind-blowing. Maybe the structure left a little bit to be desired. It just felt like going from one idea to the next a little bit, but the ideas themselves were insane. Tioneb, on the other hand, definitely won the first round for me. It was close, but ultimately I think Tioneb edged that first round with just his layering ability, the ability to keep everything interesting.
Yeah, I think to be fair, first round, hands down, goes to Tioneb. Second round is very close. It's hard. I mean, I guess I could give it to Mokbay slightly, but compared to the first round, he has such a bigger win margin that the win overall goes to Tioneb for me.
The limitations from the Mark II, the 202, mean nothing to him. He just keeps going on. I'm like bewildered on how he is doing half the stuff that he's doing. I loved the vibe that Tioneb brought in his first round, and it just felt like a more put together piece than Mokbay's first round. But Mokbay's second round felt like a very well put together piece with all the sound design shenanigans that I love from him. I felt like they were even more on display in this round than in the first. The first was a little bit more, I won't say generic, but just because his second round is so outside the box that it makes his first round look generic, but they're both super high level. But the ideas in this second round are super unique and high level. Tioneb's second round was also really nice, but similar to Unhinged's battle, it felt like not the note to end the battle on, if that makes sense. It felt like, the energy kind of fizzled out. There was still a lot of passion and a lot of heart in his performance, but it ultimately wasn't grabbing me the way that Mokbay's 2 rounds did with their identity and energy. And Tioneb has the identity and energy, just this second round didn't match the second round for me. So Tioneb edges the first round, but Mokbay definitely takes the second, leading in a Mokbay victory for me. But Tioneb, you are the great.
No way. I refuse.
Grandmaster for a reason. Big up once again. Congrats.
No way.
Quarterfinal number 3. Mokbay versus Tioneb. Holy. Oh my god.
He's melting.
Gave me such a headache.
Christoph is melting.
I can talk about music stuff, and I will in a second, but I have to say that comparing the two is very difficult because Mokbay is the new generation using the new device to its almost fullest, like really crazy techniques and ideas, and he's sometimes with his composition and ideas he's more the abstract and avant-garde style. Meanwhile Tioneb is more from the old school with the old device, with the more old school sound, but still also a bit more on the abstract sometimes, or the avant-garde style, but also some very tangible, is it? No, like touchable, feelable, something. And it feels like that, you know, Mokbay is the guy who's like, let's say if we're watching jugglers, the jugglers are doing this with the two hands, okay? And Mokbay is saying that, okay, I'm doing this, but also with my feet I'm juggling, and also with my head I'm bouncing a ball. Look. Meanwhile, Tioneb is saying that, okay, one hand behind my back, feet in, I don't know, quicksand, and the other hand, I'll do something crazy. And of course, it's not as crazy as Mokbay's, but he's eliminating the device and make this music from a very...
Yeah, he's saying like it doesn't have to be complex. Beatboxing doesn't need to be complex and hard.
The device and make this music from a very minimalistic device with 2 damn tracks is insane, and it's just as entertaining, because he's saying like, yeah, you can use your hands and legs and head and everything, but I use only one hand because I decide so. Damn, it's very, very, very crazy to compare these two. Musically, as I said, there were some abstract situations in both. Some of the abstract I really enjoyed. Some of the abstract I felt like that there could be some refinement. But overall, this was a very, very, very fire battle, and I needed to rewatch many times. And even now that I have my decision, I don't want to say it out loud because I feel so bad that one of them has to, win and one of them has to lose. And giving my vote on this feels so hard. But by this,
what are you showing me, Christoph?
That much, like nothing. It's just so damn close for me. I'm gonna give this one for
drum roll,
showing something very interesting from their head. It's true for both of them. I cannot really give that one tilting point that made me the decision, but it could be just the whole feeling that I get from both. Again, just by this much. For the crazy sound design ideas, for the very recognizable but not at all boring sound, and
Mokbay.
For some really jaw-drop musical moments, and not just just these, both of them had both, but I felt like that on these things a little bit one was ahead, and for me that was Mokbay. Oh my god, but Tioneb, you're such a monster. It's insane that you do this music with that 202. Your music sounds good anyways, but the fact that you do it with the 202 is insane. It's insane. But with this much, me personally, I'll give it to Mokbay. Ouch.
I am surprised. First things first, we hit the like. I am subscribed and I have a link of the original video down in the description below. Sure, is Mokbay more advanced, right? Showing us different levels, some things here and there. He's the new generation of looping. I get it. That's fair. But in terms of enjoyability, which is how I, grade all the battles, or how I, end up with my result, Tioneb was there. And again, guys, it could be because I'm a huge fan of singers, of music overall. You can check out my other channel where I react to so many singers. Man, Tioneb felt right. Like I didn't even like consider it, right? It was a clear choice for me, and I'm really surprised that no one voted for Tioneb. If anyone was going to vote for him, I thought for sure Robin, and maybe Biscuit, but I guess not. I guess, what Mokbay brought to the table was just too strong. And I mean, that's fair, that they're the judges, right? But from my point of view, I just felt more connected to the music of Tioneb, right? And I think connection is strong, is how you feel about it. If it gives you emotion, if it moves you to a certain degree, then that's how you know this is for you. Very sad, disappointed that we don't get to see him move on. I really thought he could win it. I picture the final being Tioneb versus who's Leonard. That could have been the final for me. But God, what do the comments say here? Congratulations to we have word from Tioneb himself. Oh wow, this is a very long. Yeah, I'm gonna read it. Congratulations to Mokbay. You're a refined sound designer and a nice, talented, and respectful young man. I wish you nothing but the best for the future. Side note, I'm not a fan of long comments, but I have a few things to say for once. First of all, I don't think the use of a 202 was a flex or me trying to prove a point. None of this is true. It's just my everyday looper, the one I use in my many projects, and it's the one that offers me the most freedom through its assets and limitations. Because instead of spending days tweaking knobs, I'm spending them having fun, brainstorming on how to surpass limitations and trying things, relying on my beatbox and voice. Isn't it the ultimate beatboxer's goal after all? For me, it is. All I can tell you is that regular non-beatboxers, people react very well to it because they feel kind of understand what I'm doing as it unfolds. Also, the 202 allows me to operate everything with one hand, which makes me connect with the audience much more through my body language. Yes. Anyways, I don't even own an MK2, and right now I don't want to devise that sequences stuff for me. I like to be my own sequencer, but it's my own preference. We need a bit of everything to make the world a better place. Regarding the sounds, it was quite a challenge because, as you can imagine, creating a full song with a 202 takes time, 2 to 3 weeks to complete. And starting the competition, I had nothing but the will to make new stuff, so I'm very proud to have been able to achieve the last 2 rounds in 3 to 4 days, lyrics included, but I'll definitely propose final versions on my channel. Finally, I would like to thank the whole SBX team for their amazing work, our amazing judges, all the participants for the talent and kindness, and to all of you guys who welcome me back with open arms and open hearts. It means the world to me. I'll be back more prepared. H is just a number. May God, the universe, the energy, the unlikely chain of event, however you want to call it, bless you all. Peace, Uncle T. Man, liking this comment, and I'm gonna reply to this. Yeah, it's a memorable battle. Everything he said, I connect with. I like how he mentions that the 202 kind of restricts him, but like I said, that gives him more room to work on his style instead of exploring like all these different sounds and options and sequences and stuff like that. So it's like if you're an artist, right, as I am, and let's say you go up against, not even a battle, but you focus on graphite. You make graphite drawings just with pencil, and you're extremely good at that. But then you open up to watercolor. Okay, you can do watercolor, and you can also do oil paintings and all that, but you're not going to be as strong as if you just focused on graphite's drawing, right? Just one thing. And that's what Tioneb is. But either way, I think he should have won. I really feel like, you know, his heart and soul was in it, and the music as well. But it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned, hit the like, subscribe, and at the end, do a flip. Till the next.